Somebody recently asked me to give a review of my Jones Freecarver 6000, and I said, you don't want a review from me. I'm not the type of person that is going to give you a good stat heavy review, because honestly, they're not things that I look at, not things that really concern me too much. You know, being an older snowboarder, someone who started in the 90s on equipment that is nowhere near as good as the stuff we have today, put it on my feet, I can ride it. And that was the philosophy that I definitely had. I still somewhat have it, but what I can do outside of a review, I can give my take, my breakdown, what I thought about the board as I wrote it. And I haven't written it nearly enough to give a full breakdown, because I'm on a new board and new bindings. So it's a little difficult to give the pure impression of the board when both things are kind of new to me. But took it out on a thin base but a powdered day, and I got a little bit of a gash in there. Don't really know if it's enough for any P-Tex. I might just be able to fill it in with wax. We'll see. I might wax it tonight. But this board, I know it's supposed to be a carving board with the side cut and how it's set up, but as wide as this thing is, this thing looks like it would be a beast in the powder. It's much shorter than anything that I normally ride because of that width. And I don't miss the length on it. It's kind of amazing. And it actually rides like it's longer, because back here and here is where you're contacting. You don't have much nose after that, or much tail after that. So it's kind of like you're riding a much longer board that doesn't give you any chatter in the front, and it's very responsive in the tail. And that was kind of a unique feeling. And what that kind of did was it made you more confident. It corrected little mistakes. Like when you hit something or a rut, it like wanted to bounce you back to where you want it to be. And that's a unique thing when you're on a new board, because you're usually trying to be a little cautious because you don't know how the board's gonna react, if it's gonna give you a lot or if it's not gonna give you enough. But from what I've seen on this board, it wants to be pushed, and it corrects you when you push it improperly. And that's something that I really liked about this board. It sucked up the bumps, and that's probably because there's not a lot of nose to actually deal with those bumps when you hit it. You got an effective edge right here, and then not much nose to get in the way and mess you up. Because usually it's that nose that kind of like does what you don't want it to do. Digs a little, chatters too much, catches. That's what usually throws you off. You're usually falling from the front backwards more so than you're skidding out and falling, especially if you actually know how to ride. So with this effective edge being as far up as it is, and just this little bit of tail with this spoon, it hits a bump and just says that's where you need to be, and it puts you there. But it's not jarring when it puts you there. It's just kind of like a quick little nudge to be like, I think maybe you need to be on your toe a little bit more, or it's time to initiate with your heel. And that was really nice. It allowed me to push it faster than I would have, quicker than I would have with a new board. And if that makes any sense, what I'm saying, this board, outside of the specs, because honestly, we buy things from brands that we know, that we trust. Like, Benjamin Moore paint's gonna be a little bit better than maybe the Bear from Home Depot. So I trust that Jones, as long as he's still involved with these things, is going to give us what he said he gave us. So those stats and all that stuff, that's on the website. And believe me, I believe him. I believe the side cut does this, and it initiates the turns, and it's this weight and all those things, and what's in it, the carbon fiber and all that stuff, the beautiful base. All that stuff is easy to find, and you can find for yourself. But what I think I can offer in this quick take is it gives you confidence. This board allows you to push it, but it makes you feel like you're in control, even when you're going a little bit faster than you realize, because it is a fast board. And I like that because I got a lot of confidence. I enjoyed it, and I'm sure I'm only going to get more confidence. I'm only going to enjoy it more, and I'm only going to be able to push it harder once I actually have it on snow a lot more. And that's my take of the Jones Freecarver 6000. It's a board that you can push, and it keeps you honest, it keeps you in check, and it makes you feel like you're riding better than you are. You go over a bump and you're like, ooh, I should have been over here on that bump. I was a little out of place, and maybe I would have been on my butt. But instead, you're into the next turn and you're further down the mountain. So if a board can give you that confidence, allow you to push it, but also keep you in check, what else can you ask for? It's not something that I'm used to with a much older board, but maybe that tech that they have in these boards now, maybe it really does make a difference. And all those things that you hear those reviewers talk about, maybe they're real. Maybe it's not just, oh, that's another board and I can ride it. Because it is definitely another board and I can ride it. But it did some things that I wasn't expecting. Jones Freecarver 6000. If you want one, I'm gonna put the link in the description. I'm just going selling hard today. Might as well just make this one where I'm hawking my wares. But yeah, I enjoyed this board. I enjoyed this board with these flows as a combination. It was responsive and kept me in control. Thank you for watching and for your support. I'm Blair, and this is the Dirtbag Association, where our wax is old, our knees are older, but the stoke doesn't melt. See you on the mountain.
I don't ask for too much.